Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the C-Level Agenda. These are powerful words from one of my favorite business personalities. David Ogilvy actually lays out the formula for success for any organization. If you can hire people who are better than yourself, consistently, if I may add, and allow them the room to run their business, their brand, function, department, whatever it is that they're hired for, with the freedom to run things, then you're setting yourself up for success. But before you get there, you have to make sure that you delegate well. And that is what we are going to talk about today. Delegation seems simple, but it can be challenging. And many organizations struggle with it. If done well, it can be basic, fundamental for sound strategy execution, developing culture, and eventually impacting the bottom line. And most importantly, it will help you nurture leaders throughout the organization. Because when you delegate well, every role in the organization becomes one that is providing training grounds for future leadership. In our experience of working with many organizations in Pakistan, we find that leadership level lacks or is weak in delegating. And this is, we do not know what to attribute this to. Maybe it has to do with basic insecurity that we live in as a society. And you find a lot of times people who never actually want to retire or let go or evolve. But that's a subject for another conversation. Today, what we want to focus on is delegation and how do we actually improve this, if at all, as an organization and as individuals. So what is delegation? Sounds simple. And let's try to understand it by following an analogy of a business that starts out. Let's say you're the entrepreneur and you set up a business which has a shop or an office or a small factory. You're the only person there, or maybe you have a few employees, but you are actually, you have eyes on everything that happens. Most of the tasks are done by yourself. And it is very simple. But then hopefully the business prospers, it grows, it becomes successful, and you have multiple locations, you have multiple offices, maybe even multiple lines of business, and then you have an organization. That is where the need for delegation becomes amplified. So the more complex the business, the bigger it is, the more successful it is, the more you need to delegate, and you need to delegate well. But delegation is not just tossing things to the next person in line and you say, okay, I'm supposed to do this, but here's Mr. X who's reporting directly to me. Now this Mr. X will go ahead and do this. It's not as simple as that. You want to set it up for success. Leadership has to not only delegate themselves well, but they have to make sure that the organization, the people in the organization who are responsible for the tasks or being made responsible for the tasks, they actually also delegate well. The challenge is for both the leader themselves and for the team to be well versed in the art of the skill of delegation.